Yo, what up, everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Make sure you guys subscribe and follow. All the channel links are in the description below, so check that out. We're gonna continue learning STEM pre-calculus on Aleks. So if you guys also want to practice or learn pre-calculus for either school or just because I don't know, you guys like math. Um, Let me switch scenes real quick. Let me check my tablet. Looks like it's working. I had to restart the tablet too because Freeform, this app that I'm using on my tablet, Freeform was messing up a bit. Let me see. Alright. Settings are good. Alright. Alright. Yep, it's working. Okay. Mic check. Mic check. Everything's working. Alright. One last thing. Ignore that. Would you like to get many viewers? They're fucking bots. I hate those motherfuckers. They just automatically insert themselves in people's streams and shit. Nobody likes you, okay? Nobody wants to. Oh, well, there's some people out there that bot so they could cheat, so they can monetize their shit quicker. But I'm not one of those. Alright, let me get my restream on my phone so I can see the live chat from all 4 channels on my phone. And let's continue learning STEM pre-calculus. Let's switch scenes one more time just so we can see my timeline. I have, let's see, last time I was on Friday. It is what, Sunday, right? Sunday. Yep, December 28th. Friday I did 8. Tuesday I did 8, and then I did one on the, I don't know, in the beginning of December. Anyways, Alex Pi, let's see. We got 17 learned, 0 mastered, 664 remaining. We have a little bit done on A and B, and then we've started doing C. So A is algebra geometry review. We did B, equations and inequalities, and we started in graphs and functions. So we're going to continue. Alright. Let me see what you guys can see. Alright. So we are doing the slice equations and inequalities. Topic name is additive property of equality with signed fractions. Alright. More fractions. Solve for y. Y plus 4 over 5 equals 1 over 3. Simplify the answer by subtracting whichever one is on the, look at the equal sign. Wherever you see the variable, it says solve for y, right? So we're going to look to the left. This fraction right here, we have to get rid of it so that y is by itself. Alright? And the only way to get rid of this is by subtracting 4/5 on both sides. And that's what we do over here. Pretty sure I went through this towards the end of the last video, but whatever. And then subtract from both sides, simplify the left side. Simplify the right side, I should say, I think. Alright, write the fractions with the common denominator, 15. I think it was different from yesterday's video. It's probably like a new example. Alright, we got both of these denominators to 15, and then it's 5 minus 12, so it's a negative 7. Negative 7/15. Alright, let's start. Alright. I don't know why, I just Felt like yesterday I wanted to get on so badly to continue doing math and shit, but I had visitors, so I couldn't get on. I don't know. I want to play video games, but in the back of my mind, I'm all like, maybe we should like do something a little bit more productive. If anything, continue doing Alex till I hit at least 10 hours, or boot.dev, because I paid for the service, or I paid for Alex. It was like, I forgot the price. I forgot the price already. Let's go to Alex Home. Let's see. Independent use. Purchase Alex. I paid for the $100 one for 6 months. So I want to get the most out of it within the 6 months. I know it's 6 months, but I'm trying to get as much completed before I actually start school towards the end of January 2026 of the new year. So I'm also going to be doing Math 12. Yeah, CSU Sacramento, which is, let me see. Alright, Sac State. So mathematics. Put the zoom in to 200. Alright, so Math 12 that I have to take is algebra for STEM courses. So I'm doing this no matter what during the spring semester next year. Prepare students for pre-cal and other higher math courses requiring intermediate algebra. Topics include linear equations, equalities, absolute value equation, inequality, systems of linear equation, quadratic equation, polynomial expressions and equations, rational expressions and equations, and roots and radicals, and exponential and logarithmic properties and equations. In order, I have to do Math 12 in order to be able to get into Math 29, which is pre-calculus math. I have to either take the class, or basically while I'm taking Math 12 during the spring semester and doing Alex, hopefully I'll be prepared enough to take the what's it called? I'll take the Alex PPL exam shit, which will hopefully allow me to skip Math 29, so I could go straight into Math 30, which is Calculus 1. As you see here, the prerequisite is a score of 76 or higher on the Alex PPL exam, or I have to take Math 29. Alright? So I'm trying to skip one class, if possible. So if I get a score of 61 or higher, like right now, I could skip Math 12, but there's like no spots open. I'm not gonna get into Math 29 on my schedule, and then I'm using my benefit to go to school. So yeah, I got no choice but to take the math. So whatever. I'm gonna use it as a review. Anyways, I'm also doing Alex to fill in. Hopefully, do it's pre-calculus basically. So if I do have to take Math 29A or 29B. No, this one right here. Right. Calculus, Math 29. Yep. So the regular Math 29 right here. In order to, let's say I get a 61, between a 61 and a 75, then I won't be able to get into Calculus 1, and I'll have to take Math 29. But if I get to score 76 or higher, then I'll just look for a Calculus 1. That way I could skip a whole class and then go into Calculus 2, Math 31. Alright, and then one more math For the computer engineering degree that I need to do is Math 45, differential equations for science and engineering. The only way I could do that is doing Math 31. So after doing what's it called, skipping to calculus will unlock more classes for computer engineering classes and physics and yada yada. That it unlocks more of those classes that have prerequisite like math prerequisites, so I could enroll into like I'll have more choice of the lot, and I could like ahead of time pick and schedule my classes for the future semesters and shit. Anyways, so much strategizing when you go to college. A lot of bureaucracy and shit. You can't just take the fucking classes and shit. All right, and if you guys want to use Aleks for science or like chemistry and math, because of like their course products, you can see right here they have K through 12. So if you have kids, or yeah, if you have kids and you want to homeschool them or you want something to help them out in school, middle school or high school, and then college as well for you guys. Uh, it goes up to calculus. I could also like, I could let's say I finish STEM pre-calculus on Aleks, and I still have the subscription, then I'll just be able to do a different course product. Like I can't do any other course without completing a course, but it's basically unlimited until my subscription expires. If I renew it, then I get another 6 months and shit like that. Again, the fucking you could get it individually, $20 a month, 3 months, $50, 6 months, 100, 12 months, 180. These two are pretty much the same price. Alright. All depends on how long you want it for. Alright, let's just continue this. Alright. Solve for you. So, u plus 3/4 equals 1/2. So in order to get rid of the 3/4, we have to subtract 3/4 from both sides. That cancels out there, and then we subtract 3/4 over here. Now the new one is u equals 1/2 minus 3/4. The greatest common factor. I get greatest common factor and least common multiple mixed up, but greatest common factor is 4 right here. So we're going to convert. I'm just going to delete it so it could be cleaner. Just look at that up there, okay? So 4. In order to convert 1/2 to the denominator being 4, we have to multiply by 2. So 2 over 4 minus, and then 3/4 stays the same. Now you're subtracting 3 from 2, so it's going to be a negative. So u is going to equal negative 1/4. Alright, so that's the answer right there. Check it, and we got it right. Next, and then we're just gonna keep doing that. Alright, make sure you guys have pen and paper. If you guys are actually trying to learn this shit, don't just view the video, do the math with me. You guys could probably do it faster. And then if you guys like using these type of videos to help you fall asleep, hey, whatever, at least I'm helping you some way, right? Let's see. Minus 5 equals v plus 2 over 9. Alright, we need to get rid of the 2/9. So v equals, let's see, minus 5 minus 2 over 9. Now we have to make the bottom 1 because it's a whole number, right? It's just a rule. Now we need the denominator to be 9, so we multiply the top by 9 as well. So the bottom is 9. We multiply 9 times 5, that's 45. So it's going to be minus 45 over 9. And then subtract 2 over 9 equals v. Now, they're both negative, so basically just add the 2 to the 45, and it's going to equal 47 over 9 equals v. Now, let's see, 47 divided by 9 does not go in evenly, right? So we just leave the fraction as is right there. The answer is minus or negative 47 over 9. Yeah, doing this makes me feel like I'm being more productive throughout the day. Like if I'm gonna be on the computer, then I'm gonna be streaming something, right? That's how that's what I'd be telling myself. If you're gonna be on this freaking custom gaming PC, you better be streaming it, or else if you're gonna play games offline, like I'll be playing Helldivers on my Steam Deck, but connected to my TV, just so that I could chill, relax, do a little quick gameplay with my brother or by myself, whatever, on Helldivers or whatever game. And then get back to doing whatever I was doing in real life and shit. Read a book or some shit. Do something chill. Do my chores and shit. Anyways, let's check and see. And yeah, we got that right. Next. Alright. Erase. Alright, y minus 1 over 3 equals minus 3/5. We need to seclude y, so let's just go y equals minus 3/5 minus 1/3. Or actually we're adding because that's already a negative, so we're adding 1/3. Y equals, they both have to be converted to 15, right? So yeah, 15 is the closest. All right, and then plus 15 for the freaking denominator. Now for the numerators, you just multiply whatever you did to the bottom. So I multiplied 5 by 3. So we're looking at this one right here right now. We multiplied 5 times 3 to get 15 for the denominator. Now for the 3, we also have to multiply that by 3. So 3 times 3 is 9. Now that's a negative, so we just put a negative in front. And now now we're looking at make sure it's not the eraser. Alright, we're looking at this one right here now. 1/3. So I multiplied 3 times 5 to get to 15. We multiplied the 1 by 5 on top. That equals 5. Now y equals a negative because the 9 is bigger than the positive 5, so it's going to be negative 4 over 15. That's the answer right there. You can't simplify it any further, and that's what we're going to input. Right. All right. All right, keep it up. I'm doing good. All right. Next slice name is Algebra and Geometry Review. Is my mic on? Let me just check. Yeah, the mic is on. All right, good. Good, good, good. All right. Topic name is signed fraction subtraction involving double negation. All right, evaluate 1 over 8 minus, in parentheses, negative 5 over 12. So that's just going to be positive, and you add both of them together. Make sure that they're both the greatest common factor of 8 and 12 is 24. So 8 times freaking 3 equals 24. 12 times 2 equals 24, and then just make sure that the tops are multiplied correctly, right? That's what it's saying. And then top side is 3 over 24, bottom side is 10 over 24, but negative, right? All right, I'm just gonna leave it here for you guys to read. Should I read it for? Yeah, I'll read it for you guys. The least common denominator for these are 24. So we first rewrite both fractions with the denominator of 24. Then we can subtract. So we plug it in. We convert this symbol to a plus. All right. So 3 and 10 equals 13. So it's 13 over 24. All right. All right. Let's do this one. Come on. Come on, Apple Pencil. I tapped it twice. All right. 7 over 4. 7 fourths minus, in parentheses, a minus 1/6. So you can see here the greatest common factor, if you guys know your multiplication tables, is going to be 12. All right. And then we could automatically just put a plus, so we could get rid of this part right here in the middle. All right. Or, so it's more clean, right? We can literally erase it. So erase this, and you convert all that to a plus. But just make sure that the denominators equal 24. So let's do that. Denominators, make the denominators 24, and then add them together. Actually, some of you guys are gonna get confused, so let's just do it like this. Plus 24, oh, well, not 24, 12. 12. All right, just make sure the denominators are 12, and then multiply the top. So we got to 12 by, we're looking at this one right here. We multiply 4 times 3, so we multiply 7 times 3, which equals 21. That's what we get up top. Now we're looking at Jesus. All right. Now we're looking at the 1/6. We multiplied the 6 by 2 to get to 12. We multiply the top by 2, so now that is 2 12ths. All right, and then we converted the negatives, both negatives, to a positive. 21 plus 2 equals 23 12ths. That's the answer right there. 23 over 12. All right. Pretty easy. Pretty easy. All right. Write your answers in simplest form. Let me just make sure my tablet is not fucking up and you guys could actually see it on stream. No, you can't. Yep. See, this is why I check it. I fuck up. So I was writing it down and you guys weren't even seeing it. Alright. That is my bad, you guys. But hopefully, like, verbally, you guys know what I'm doing. I'll just use the excuse as you guys should have been paying attention and you guys should have been, like, trying it out on your own. And not, what's it called, not putting it all on me. What is the phrase? I'm having a brain fart. It's early in the morning. Um, it's gonna bother me if I don't figure it out right now. Don't only depend on me to do it. You guys need to do it on your guys' own. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Anyways, yeah. All right. So now we know. Now I know that you guys can see the tablet and the writing and shit, right? So we're getting the negative 1 over 4 minus the negative 5 over 7. All right. We're going to convert the negatives into a positive and then just bring that down. Now just look at 4 and the 7, okay? What is the greatest common factor of 4 and 7? All right. So 7 times 2 is 12. And you could get 4 to 12 by multiplying it by 3. So 12 is the greatest common factor. So I'm going to put down the 12s immediately right now. That way you guys could just focus on the 5 and the 1. Now there's a negative right now. So just bring the negative over here so you don't forget. Right? Negative. Now, how'd you... we got the 4 to equal 12 as a denominator by multiplying it by 3. Now we multiply the 1 by 3. That's going to be 3. Now we're looking at the 5/7. All right. We multiplied 7 by... Actually, no. 12 is not a greatest common factor. Haha. Hopefully you guys are saying some shit in the comments like, this motherfucker's fucking up. Alright, so 14 would have been it. So that is not the greatest common factor. Alright. So let's see. 7 times 2 is 14. 7 times 3 is 21. 7 times fucking 4 is 28. Can we make 4 equal to 28? Let's see, top of my head, 16, 20, 24, and 28. Yeah, we can. So 28, divide that by 4, goes in, it only works with fucking double digits in my head. Alright, I'm doing it in my head. Alright, so 4 times 4 is 16. 16, 20, 24, and then 28. That's 7. 7 times 4. And guess what? Both the digits are used in the equation. So 28 is actually going to be the greatest common factor. Alright, now we're back on track. Move the negative down. We got 4 to equal 28 by multiplying it by 7. We multiplied the 1 by 7. That equals 7. Alright. We multiplied the 7 by 4 to... by 4 to get to 28. So we multiply the top by 20. 5 times 4 equals 20. Alright, and then we just add them both together. That's going to equal a no, not a negative. 20 is the bigger number, so it's going to be 20 minus 7. Alright. 20 minus 7 equals 13. So that's the answer right there. See, I'm fucking up. Wake the fuck up, Brian. Wake up. 13 over 28. Alright. See, I spent so much time because I fucked up. Anyways. New problem. Alright. Negative 3 over 8. Minus in parentheses negative 1 over 6. Alright. Now the greatest common factor of 8 and 6 is, I believe, 24. We could get both to equal 24. Multiply the 8 by 3 equals 24. Multiply the 6 by 4 equals 24. Right? Yeah. So we bring down the negative, and then we focus on 3 and the 1. Alright, so 3 times 3 is 9. That's how we got 8 to 24 by multiplying it by 3. So we got 6 to 24 by multiplying it by 4. So we multiply the 1 by 4 equals quattro. Alright, now the biggest number over here is negative 9. So it's going to equal a negative. Alright, the freaking denominator is obviously going to be the same. So what's 9 minus 4? 5. Alright, so that's the answer right there. Negative 5 over 4. Negative 5 over 24. My my words when my voice doesn't catch up to what I'm thinking, and it just comes out bleh. Alright. Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Pandora, you guys. I'm listening to Pandora. Alright. Next slice is graphs and functions. Alright, topic name, graphing a linear equation of the form y equals mx. Alright. I think on my last video I said mx plus b, so oops, I was doing a different type of math equation, I guess. Whatever, in my head at least. Still worked out. Anyways, we need at least 2 points on the graph. Alright, first we choose some x values, 0, 1, and 2. Then we evaluate y equals 2x for each of the x values. Alright, so y equals, and then we plug in the 0. So is the same shit as last time. 2 times 0 is over 0. So the first coordinate is 0, 0. So plot 1 point on 0. And then we only need 2 points to connect the dots and make a line. So 1 times 2 is 2. So the x coordinate, if it's 1, the y coordinate is 2. And then we just put that right there. 0, 0, and 1, 2. Alright, it's pretty easy. I am going to erase this on my tablet. But we're not going to need to use or write anything down, because you guys should be able to do everything in your head. Alright? And I'm just going to say out loud, think out loud. Alright, so y equals 4x. So if we plug in 0 for x, alright, so the first point is going to be 0, right? Now 0 times 4 equals 0. So 0, 0 is always the first. Well, for this one, it's going to be the first point. Now the second point, let's choose an x value of 1. So the x values is left and right. We're looking at 1. Alright, 1 times 4 is 4. So the y value, that means we're going up or down. and it's a positive 4, so we're going up. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that's the next point right there. And then we just connect the... My tinnitus is acting up. Ah, my right ear is just flashbang. Okay, is it dying down? Okay, it's gone. Sort of. Ah. Check it. And we're good. Jesus Christ. Alright, same shit. 0, 0 is pretty much going to be our first point. 0 times negative 3 is 0. Alright, now x value, let's make it 1. So 1 times negative 3 is negative 3. That's a negative, so we're going down to 3. And then we connect the dots. And then check it. We're correct. And just keep going. Alright, same shit, even though it's a fraction. Alright, so if the x value is 0, 0 times 3 halves is 0. Alright, now for the damn 1, it's going to be, let's see. We have to do something that makes it a whole number, so we can't use 1 because 1 times 3 halves equals 3 halves. So let's do 2. 2 times 3 halves equals let's see. We multiply it by 2 over 1. So I guess I am gonna need to use the tablet so you guys can visually see what I'm saying. So 3 halves, we have to multiply a digit that makes it a whole number. That way you could easily like, I know you guys could draw it and like mark it as whatever fraction or decimal, whatever, but for Aleks, it's not gonna sometimes it does allow you to like pick a point like half or inside between like 0 and 1, but it's not letting me do it right now. So we're gonna do it. I mean, maybe if I use plot a point, but I'm not gonna do that. Let's just make it a clear whole number. So let's see, if we multiply it by 2 over 1, we could cross cancel, and then that will equal 3 over 1, which equals 3. So there we go, we could use 2. 2 is going to be the y value. X is the y value, right? Let's see. And then, my bad, you guys. So 2 is the x value, and then 3 is the y value. So the coordinate is going to be 2, 3. Alright, so 2, and then up 3, and then connect the line. Connect the dots, make a line. There you guys go. Apologize. I apologize. Alright, next. Algebra and Geometry Review is a slice. Topic name is Introduction to the Power of the Power Rule of Exponents. Alright. Let me erase this shit. Dancing in the moonlight. Alright. Simplify. Question. So we have variable to the power to the 5th power and all that to the 2nd power. Write your answer without parentheses. So I'll just continue reading it. Method 1. By definition, the exponent 2 tells us how many times z to the power of 5 appears in the product. So z to the fifth power. All that to the second power means that there's two z to the fifths. Alright, so there's two of these. Each exponent of 5 in this product tells us how many z's to multiply. Alright, so 5 z's. Alright, z 5 times plus another set of 5 z's. Z. We see that we are multiplying a total of 5 times 2 equals 10 z's. So 10 z's total. So we have the following: z to the fifth power, all that to the second power equals z to the 10th power. Note that we get 10 by multiplying the exponents 5 and 2. So when you see a parentheses, alright, now you guys can multiply the 5 and 2. So just bring the variable down and multiply 5 times 2, and then you get the answer, z to the 10th power. Alright, right there, that's the answer. Method 2. The method above suggests a rule called the power of a power rule of exponents. It says that for any integers m and n and any number a, we have the following. Alright? A is the variable. M is the first exponent that you're exponentially multiplying the a variable. And then in parentheses, what's it called? Is obviously the exponent on the outside of the parentheses. It's the same as a and m times n. So it's just I don't know, the method 2 is another like formula. Using the rule with the current problem, we get the following. Alright, z to the fifth, all that to the second power equals z 5 times 2, which equals z. Okay, you guys get it. Alright, so I don't even think we have to. So we're just gonna immediately just put x to the power of what is 5 times 4? 20. And that's the answer. Alright. Bring down the z. Alright, what is 4 times 4? Alright, so it's gonna be to the power of 16. Next. Alright, we bring down the v. And then we're going to put to the power of what is 3 times 5? That is 15. Alright. We're done with this one already. Nice, Brian. We did 4 topics so far. Alright, let's see. 44 minutes. Alright. Alright, okay, sorry. Slice name is equations and inequalities. We're solving the topic name is solving a multi-step equation given in a fractional form. Alright, so solve for x. So solve for x, that means we have to get x by itself and then move all this shit using PEMDAS to for the order of operations, and then slowly move everything over to the other side. That way x is on one side of the equal sign, everything else is on the left side. Alright, so simplify your answer. We first multiply each side of the equation by -3 and simplify, because the opposite of division is multiplication. Alright, so now it's let's see, we're multiplying the left side by -3 and the right side by -3, so we cancel out the -3 on the right side. But now we have to multiply -7 and -3, which equals 21. So now we did the first step. 21 equals 5x minus 24. Then we add 24 to each side, so we get rid of the 24 on the right side. Then we get 45 equals 5x. Then we divide the 5. And then we get 45 divided by 5 equals 9. 9 equals x. Or x equals 9. Simple. Ish. If you guys haven't done it, it's not simple, but whatever. Alright. 3x plus 17 all over 4 equals 2. So we need to seclude the x. Alright, the first thing we do, alright, let's just do 3. Since we're going to get rid of the 4, what I do is just 3x plus 17 equals, and then we're getting rid of the 4. The opposite of division is multiplication, so 4 times 2, 8. When I do my work, even on the exam, I skip those little baby steps because it's fucking time consuming. But some professors are anal and they want to see every little baby step, but it's a timed quiz or test, which is fucking retarded. Anyways, 3x equals, we're subtracting 17 from the left side, and we do that on the right side, so 8 minus 17. So we know it's going to be a negative, all right? So if you put down the negative, you don't have to worry about doing the math the opposite way. So we could do 17 minus 8, which equals 9. All right. So now we could do x equals, what is negative 9 divided by 3? 3. All right. So we already brought down the negative sign, so it's x equals negative 3. All right. Now I practice doing all this shit or doing less steps in your head. Like I could do these. Let's see. I could, in my head, I could jump from here to here in my head, and then if I write it down, then okay, one more step. Two steps. Like, try to figure it out in your head. Sometimes you'll mess up in your head and you'll forget some shit, so sometimes you do have to write it down. But I could go from the actual equation down to here even in my head. But if I go too fucking fast and I make human errors, then I'm sleepy as hell. And yeah, sleepy as hell. I haven't woken up and I'm what's called in a rush to finish the quiz, then that's where I fuck up on. Because the human error gets multiplied. The possibility of human error gets amplified. Alright, x equals negative 3. Okay. Erase this real quick. Alright, we're solving for x. Negative 8 equals negative 40 plus x all over 3. Alright, so the left side is going to get multiplied by the 3. So negative 24 equals negative 40 plus x. Alright. Now, let's see. You could move the x over. Like in your guys' head, hopefully you guys could do this. Alright, so that is x by itself over here. You need to add 40, alright, to get rid of negative 40 on the other side. So negative 24 24 plus 40. So x equals, all right, so it's gonna be a positive. All right, so basically 40 minus 24 equals 16, right? Yep, x equals 16. Right. Okie dokie. Next one. Erase. All right, 5x minus 17 all over negative 3 equals negative 6. Now, just immediately go to writing the top portion. All right, 5x minus 17 equals, and then you just go straight to the next step. We're multiplying. All right, we're multiplying these two. All right, so negative and a negative equals a positive. All right, so don't worry about the negative symbol. What is 6 times 3? 18. All right, now go straight to 5x. Is gonna be the only thing on the left side. Equals, get rid of the 17. It's a negative, so we add. That's the opposite of subtraction. All right, what is 17 plus 18? All right, so we know, let's see, that's gonna be 15. 5, I mean, on the right side, because 7 times 8 is 15, and then 2 plus 1 more, that's 3. 35. And then x equals 7, because 7 times 5 equals 35. All right. 35. 35. Nope, got that wrong. Oh, wait. Oh, human error again. See? Rushing it. I'm falling asleep here. It's 7. All because I was saying 35 in my head. Alright, whatever. We get to do another problem. Alright. See? I know I'm not the only one that does this during a quiz or an exam. Just like, oh, you're all like, oh, I got the answer. And then you forget, oh, wait. Alright, so x plus 35 all over 5 equals 4. Alright, so x plus 35 equals 5 times 4, which is 20. X is going to equal a negative 15, because obviously it's going to be a negative. The opposite of a positive, or the opposite of adding, is subtracting. If you subtract 35 from 20, it's going to be a negative, and then just focus on 35 minus 20. You get 15. All right. Now, let's not fuck up. Brian, don't fuck up. Negative 15. And then check it. All right. Keep up the good work. Your progress. Topics learned. 5. Continue. All right. Shame on me. Fooled myself twice. Or, yeah, once. Algebra and geometry review is the slice. Topic, quotient of expressions involving exponents is the name. Alright, simplify. W to the power 5, u to the power of 4, all over w to the power 6, u to the power of 3. Alright, so if the parentheses and an exponent on the outside, having two exponents basically, one exponent on the inside, the variable exponent on the inside of parentheses, and then another exponent on the outside of the parentheses. You know how we multiplied both of those? Now we're doing the opposite. So we're gonna basically subtract the bottom from the top. This we simplify as follows. Okay, so w5th, w6. Cancel the common factor of w to the 5th. All right. So the bigger number is 6. All right. I'm a super dumb this down. What is bigger, the 5 or the 6? Okay, it's the 6. So now you subtract 6 by the little number, right? And then we get 1 left over. All right. So the one that wins is the one that's left over. So W is left over. So where is the position of the W that won? At the bottom. So it stays on the bottom. So it stays on the denominator. Now let's move on to U. 4 is the bigger number. So the U is going to stay on top where the numerator position is, right? Now, what is 4 minus 3? 1. All right, so there's a 1 U on top and 1 W on bottom. That's how you get U divided by W. All right? And yeah, you could just look at how they're doing it right here. Baby stepping it right here. See that? They did the W here and the U to the 4th. And then the next step is U to the 4th up here. W, U to the 3. It's highlighting it in blue. And then it says cancel the common factor of U to the 3rd. U, W. See? It's super simple. I'll leave this up for 3, 2, 1. All right. Now I'm going to click on this and leave it up for 3, 2, 1. All right, let's just move on. All right. Oh, it says take the knowledge check now. You must start within 24 hours. Review the knowledge check. Review previously learned topics before starting the knowledge check. Ooh. Should we do it? Let's see. We don't have the time. Unfortunately, we do not have the time. Let's do one more, and then next stream is basically gonna force me to do a knowledge check first. All right. So B to the power of 4 is bigger. So the bottom one gets canceled out. Whereas 4 minus. Okay. Let me do this. Let me do that first. All right. So B to the 3rd power is left over. All right, now we focus on the A's. All right, which one's the bigger number? 7. Right. Now, that means the A on top is going to disappear altogether, and the A on the bottom wins, so it's going to stay on the bottom. All right, so what is 7 minus 5? 2. All right, so it's going to be A to the power of 2. All right, there you go. There you go. All right, so we have a digit right here, right? Same thing. There's an invisible 1, and there's an invisible 5. Well, not invisible, but there's a 5 here. So that means the U's are going to stay in the bottom, right? So 1 U to the 2nd power. So we're going to subtract 1 from 5. So 5 minus 1. That's going to be 4U to the power of 2. That's going to be on the bottom. All right. But we're working on the top first, so ignore this part now. Let's go to the V. Okay. V to the power of 4 is the bigger one, so it's going to stay on top. All right. So now we know V is going to be on top. Now we're looking at both V's to the power of 4 and 3, right? We're going to subtract 3 from 4. 4 minus 3 is 1. So V is only, okay, because it's an invisible fucking number. It's the same shit. Now we go back to the U's, all right? We said there was 4U to the 2nd power left over. So let's 4U to the power of 2. That should be the bottom, okay? Nope, I was wrong. Okay, so then 5 is the answer. Okay, so there's no invisible 1. I was wrong. Fuck me. I got that wrong again. Okay, So my answer, v5 to the second power. What the fuck? Yeah, see that? Human error. Not freaking reading it right? Okay. You witnessed it. I'm dumb. I don't need an explanation, yeah. The u to the second power is the same on top and bottom, so they just cancel out and the 5 digit stays there. I don't need another explanation. I fucked up. Yeah, I got it, you guys. I got it. I messed up. All right. Sometimes it helps to write it down, but I'm trying to do it in my head. Okay. Bigger number is 7, so we know A is going to be on top. 7 minus 4 is 3, so we know it's going to be A to the power of 3. Now let's move on to the B's. Which one's bigger? There's 6. So the B on top is going to stay, so there's nothing on bottom. Alright, let's put B. What is 6 minus 1? 5. So it's going to be B to the power of 5. Check. I'm correct. Alright, next. Alright, let's do this in our heads and slowly. Alright. B to the third power is the biggest one. So let's actually write down B. Because 3 minus 2 is 1. So 1B, just B is on the bottom. Alright, let's go to the A's. The bigger numbers on top, so A is left over. 6 minus 5 is, excuse me, 1. So the answer is A over B. Alright. Alright, let's not trick myself. Alright, bigger numbers on top, so X is going to stay on top. And then let's see, the bigger number is 5, so Z is going to be on the bottom. Alright, so let's see, this is going to be 6 minus 2 is 4, so it's going to be to the power of 4. And then let's go to the Z. 5 minus 3 is 2, so it's going to be to the second power. And then that is correct. There you guys go. Alright, next. Keep up the good work. Progress. 6 topics learned. Continue my path. It's still going to allow us to continue. So I'm going to stop here. We're going to go home. And now, see this. Up next, the knowledge check. Start knowledge check. Start by tomorrow at 7:26. So we'll do it tomorrow. Continue class progress. Oh, I guess it is going to allow me to continue. Review for knowledge check. No. You know what? Let's just do the knowledge check. We have to do 23-ish topics. So basically when you do a knowledge check, however many you learned, the number 23 right here, 23 learned, it's gonna test me on like 23 topics. Alright, let's see, it looks like A, we did more on algebra and geometry, 13%, 9% on equations, equalities, and only 1% of graphs and functions. Alright, let's just do a knowledge check. It's time for a knowledge check. Why am I getting this knowledge check? This is your automatic knowledge check. Start. Alright, so I'm getting tested here. But you guys can see me actually doing the work. Alright. Alright, let me erase this. Alright, let's do this. No pressure. Let me drink some water. There is pressure. Because whatever I get wrong, I have to do that again. We don't want to go backwards. Alright. So we're going to simplify. Negative 3, y plus 5, and then plus 6y. And it says simplify. So we're going to simplify by first distributing it, right? So minus 3y minus 15 plus 6y. And then we're going to combine like terms. All right. That's going to be minus 3y. All right. Is going to be left over. Minus 15. The answer is, that's the answer right there. All right. And then I got to make sure I type it in correctly. 3y minus 15. And then submit. Gives me question number 2. Alright, we did not do any of this shit at all. So, but whatever's giving me a knowledge check on this. For the following right triangle, find the side length x. You round to your nearest hundredth. Alright, so it's weird how it's giving me a knowledge check for something that we haven't really even done. Like I'm not sure whether I should just put I don't know, so it purposely gives me the fucking like that type of question, so we can actually go through it in our live sessions or whenever I live stream. But you use the Pythagorean theorem to figure it out. So it's a right triangle. You use the Pythagorean theorem, which is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Alright. Looks like I'm gonna end up teaching you guys instead of like I'm trying to show you how Aleks is how Aleks does it and how Aleks the program teaches you and how it like does all that, but whatever. The Pythagorean fucking eraser. Pythagorean theorem, all right, is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Now, we're given a fucking triangle. Should I draw it the same way? Yeah, fuck. Or whatever. Actually, I don't have to draw it. I could just insert it. Yeah. We could do it like that. I wonder if I could flip it. Can I flip it? Let's see. Shit, how do you rotate? Or is there a different type of triangle? No, let's just keep it like that. Alright. So the right angle, I'm just gonna put right. Fuck. Pen. Alright. We actually move this over here and make this like bigger. Alright, so the right angle, I know on that fucking thing is different. Alright, so I'm just gonna put the right angle down there. Then I'm gonna put on the opposite side 14. And then the, let's see, the smaller one is x. Right? Yeah, let's put the x and 11. So, the opposite side of the right angle is the hypotenuse. Alright? Or c. Alright? So, c squared is right here. And then this could be a squared. And this could be b squared. It doesn't matter. As long as you know the hypotenuse, then it doesn't matter. Alright, so x squared plus well, whatever. It doesn't matter. 11 is the a. We could just switch these fucking terms. It doesn't matter. Alright, so 11 squared, alright, equals c squared, so 14, all right, squared. Now 14 times 14 is, I believe, 14 times 14 equals 244, right? Let's not fuck this up. 14 times squared equals 196. Okay, yeah, I don't remember that. 196 equals x squared plus 11 squared. 11 squared equals, now this is technically cheating, but whatever, 121. Because you're going to be able to use a calculator for simple stuff like that. Unless they give you plenty of time to actually do the math, then yeah. Alright, so now this squared, these two over here, a squared plus b squared equals c squared, right? Now we're gonna need a square root this and this right here. So before we do that, we need to get rid of the 121 on the left side. So it's gonna be x squared equals 196 minus 121. Let's see if it pops up. Nope, it doesn't pop up. So let's see. That's gonna be 575. Now the square root of both sides. All right. That is gonna be x equals the square root of 75. I'm guessing that is what x equals. Right? Or am I fucking up again? So x is root of 75. Alright, find the length. Round to your nearest hundredth. So we do have to use the calculator for this. So what is the square root? Let's move this shit up here. So the square root of 75 equals 8.66025437, but it only says round to the nearest hundredth. So this is the 10th place and this is the 100th place. So 8.66. 8.66. All right. Submit. And then 8.66 is smaller than 14, which is good. That means it's smaller than the hypotenuse. And it's smaller. It's the smallest side, so it is smaller than 11. 8.66 is smaller than 11, so it all checks out so far. Now knowledge check. See, we haven't done this, so I'm guessing I don't want to. See, should I just put I don't know for it? I know we haven't done this shit. So yeah, I graph the line. Why is it giving me a knowledge check and we haven't done this? Graph on the line. Graph the line. So let's see. Yeah, we haven't done this one either. I know what to do. But I don't know. All right. So for this one, shit, I shouldn't have done the Pythagorean theorem one either. I shouldn't have done that knowledge check. That way we could do it together. But anyways, to find the x coordinate, we have to basically like it needs to be x needs to be by itself, and then move everything over to the right. All right. So in order to do that, you need to subtract y. So negative 8. Oh, wait, actually, is that how you do it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how you do it. Let's just put, I don't know. Because maybe I'm fucking up too. Simplify this. See, we basically distribute it. But I know we didn't do this one. See, I don't know why it's fill in the blanks, find the slope. Yeah, we still haven't done a square root of, yeah, we haven't done this yet. Yeah, we haven't done this yet. I don't know. We've done this, so that one W 4 4 plus 2, so that's gonna be W, oh well, 4 times 2, sorry, 4 times 2 is 8, so that's gonna be to the power of 8. So now I have to memorize, I mean hopefully remember that we've already done a certain problem. Graph the line. Okay, we did that. So x equals 0 minus 6. Alright, so 0 is the x coordinate, right? So 0 times 2 is 0. Minus 6 is the y coordinate. So negative 6, 0, negative 6 is the first point. Now let's choose 1 for the x coordinate, right? Now 1 times 2 is 2. 2 minus 6 is negative 4. And then we connect the line, submit. Evaluate expression when y equals negative 6. Alright, we did do this. So, it's not doing my head. Come on. Kind of froze. Delete. Alright. So y is negative 6. So negative 6, alright, squared plus 8 negative 6, multiply both those two, plus 4, and then once we plug it in, we do it. So negative and the negative is the positive. What is 6 times 6? 36, plus 8 times 6, that's going to be a negative, so we could change the symbol to a negative. 8 times 6 is 48, and then plus 4. So 36 minus, what is 48 plus 4? 52. Alright, so that's going to equal a negative. 52 minus 36 is, let's see. Alright, let's see. 20 minus 4, that's 16. Alright, so negative 16 is the answer. Ah, shit. And if I get that wrong, then we'll just get, we'll get to do more of those. Oh shit, almost typed it in incorrectly. Negative 16. Whatever I get wrong, we'll do that again. Alright, the square root of 28. Fuck, I know we didn't do this kind of math problem, but Jesus. Maybe we could skip some shit. But the whole point of doing these live streams and showing you guys how Aleks is doing everything. But maybe I could teach you. Maybe I could just teach you guys. Alright, the square root of 28. Alright. We can't square root it, technically. We have to basically bring out as much as we can from the square root. So square root of 28 is the same as square root of, let's just choose two numbers. 7. 7 times 4 equals 28. Alright, so 7 times 4. Now, you can't square root of 7, but you could square root of 4. Alright, the square root of 4 is 2. So now we could remove 4. Alright, so on the outside, 2 made it on the outside. Alright, so 4 got crossed out. The only thing left over is 7. So 2 square root of 7 is the answer. Alright, you could use a different one. You could do square root of 28 equals root of, let's divide it by 2. So 14 times 2. It's going to end up being the same thing because you have to make, you have to convert this. You could divide that by 2. So 7 times 2. Alright? But look here. We have two 2's. Alright? Squared means you have like 2 of them on the inside. You could remove a 2 because there's two 2's. So the 2 makes it out. And then, alright, the 2 makes it out. And then what's left over? The 7. So we move the 7 over here. Alright. So the answer is again the same. 2 root 7. 2 root 7. That's how you simplify it. Alright, we haven't done domain range, so there's certain ones that I'm not going to skip. Translate the sentence into an equation. 5 times the sum of 3. Okay. Translate the sentence. Use the variable y for the unknown number. Alright, 5 times the sum of a number, and alright, so we're the sum of a number, son of a bitch. Alright, so it says y for the unknown number, 5 times the sum of a number, and 3. So we're gonna do y plus 3. Y plus 3 is 2, so equals 2. Alright, now the 5 times the sum of the number, a number, and 3. So the sum of y plus 3, we have to put this in parentheses. Alright, and then on the outside, on the left, we have to put 5. Alright, so 5 times y, the sum of a number, y, plus 3 equals 2. That's how you do it. It should be kind of obvious. Alright, solve for x. The square root of x. Alright, so if there is more than one solution, separate them with commas. If there is no solution, click on no solution. Alright, so it's the same as this problem that we did. I guess there's some of them that we're going to skip. Some of them we're not going to skip because, like, I also want to go over it. But hopefully you guys understand by me doing this one. All right. So the square root of x equals 8. All right. So we basically need to simplify it. The shit. The opposite of square rooting is solve for x where x is a real number. Okay, so we get rid of a square root, like this square root symbol right here. This square root symbol, we get rid of it by doing the opposite. The opposite of a square root is squaring it. Okay, so we're gonna times it by a square root of x, which equals, it just gets rid of this. And the only thing left over is x. All right. All right, so we square it. All right, we square it. If we do that to the left side, we have to do it to the right side. So x equals 8 squared. What is 8 times 8? All right, 64. So that is the answer. And that's what I'm going to input. If I'm wrong, then it'll give us more of those fucking questions and shit. Hopefully I'm not doing you guys a disservice by doing ones that are that I know, but like there's some people viewing this that might not know, so I might be doing those people a disservice. But hey, you guys could also subscribe to Aleks and then practice and learn and shit, right? Graph the line y equals -6. All right, so it's a line y equals -6. So x has to be 0. Okay. And I guess, oh, this is the mx plus b bullshit. All right. So if x is -6, that's 0. -6. How do you get a line? So it's just gonna be a straight line. 0 -6. So 1. There is no fucking x, so it's invisible. So I'm guessing it's just a fucking line that goes up and down. Like that. Wait. Y is up and down. Oh, fuck. It was a horizontal line. Ah. Oh, well, whatever. I guess we're going to do more fucking of those. Because I can't go back. So, I know where I fucked up on. I should have clicked submit. So, when you see y equals -6, it just means it's going to be a straight line. So, up and down, it gave you the coordinate for the y, which is up and down. So you're going to stay on the y-axis, go down to -6, and there is no, what's it called, like, it's a line that's pretty much infinite. So on the -6, it's just going to be horizontal on the -6. I fucked up. Whatevers. Evaluate the expressions. Yeah, we didn't do this one either, so let's not say that we know it. We haven't done this one either. Solve for x. We just do the opposite. I mean, we did a similar thing. We have to isolate x by moving the -4 over and then divide by 5 and then just keep the greater than equal to. If you if you divide by a negative, then you have to switch the signs. So instead of greater than equal to, it equals this sign, less than or equal to. But that's only if you divide by a negative, which right here, to get rid of the 5 from the x, you divide by 5, not -5. So this symbol just stays the same. It just move everything over to the left. Um, I'll show you guys. Yeah, we can skip this one. It's because all this stuff is like review, but there's like certain ones that I think even in college they don't do enough of. So there's some of them that I'm just gonna put I don't know, and that we're almost done with the test anyways. -9 is greater than or equal to 5x. Cause you learned this shit in middle school. This is fucking algebra. Algebra 1, pre-algebra and algebra 1 and algebra 2 and shit. Whatever. Well, nowadays they have a weird, they don't name the title of the fucking math that they're doing. They just call it math 1, math 2, math whatever. It's fucking weird. My nieces and nephews, when I was helping them out with their math, they're not being taught to do math fucking the right way. They overcomplicate it. They think they're making it simpler, but they're actually overcomplicating it and not giving enough direction. So, whatever. I was able to teach my nephew how to do it. He understood the way I would, like millennials, we fucking learned. Whatever. Public education system sucks. Only because of fucking retards that are in charge of the Board of Education. Let's see. Alright, so we're isolating x. So we're going to add 4 on both sides. Alright, so -9 plus 4. We're moving down the symbol greater than or equal to, and then it's 5x because we crossed this out. We got rid of that. Now, just write down again, -9 plus 4, alright, is greater than or equal to x, because we're going to get rid of the 5. What's the opposite of multiplication? Division. So we're going to divide the whole damn thing by 5, and that is the answer right there. And that's what we're going to type here. So we're going to look for one that looks like that. So it's greater than or equal to, greater than or equal to, and then we're going to put right here, we're going to put x, because we're solving the inequality for x. So on the left, we're going to make sure that it's a fraction. Does it look like a fraction? Yes. So we're going to put -9 plus 4, and then underneath we're going to put 5, and that's what we're going to put as the answer. Submitting. I think we have one more. Yeah, we haven't done this shit. Why are you... Okay, whatever. I'm gonna put I don't know, that way we could fucking do it. Simplify. So we just multiply it and put square root. So the square root of 15 times 5 is, alright, we have to simplify it first. So this is not going to be the answer. I'm going to show you guys how to do it, because it is super easy. Hopefully I'm not doing you guys a disservice. Alright. This is STEM pre-calculus, so hopefully you've done like the lower level math, but Jesus. Alright. Square root of 15 times the square root of 5 equals square root of, just multiply 5 times 15. Alright. But you don't have to do that. You could do this. 15 times 5. Because you're asked to simplify. Remember what we did for the other square root problem? We did the same thing here. So 5 cannot be like divided anymore, right? Like square rooted, I mean. So if you break down 15, that could equal 3 times 5. So 3 times 5. Now, do you see 2 of the same digit within that square root? That means you could remove that digit from the square root. So there is a 5 here and a 5 down here. So there's 1 5 inside the square root. That means you can move the 5 on the outside. The other one has to stay inside the square root. All right, so that would equal 5 because 5 made it out. 3 got stuck behind. All right, so it's still in the square root. The answer is 5 the square root of 3. Oh God, I hope I didn't I hope I taught you guys how to do it. Some more problems would probably help people out, but I just don't know what level math you guys are at. But here we go. All right, mastered 26 topics. 0 learned. That means out of you need to revisit 3 topics, like 3 that I put I don't know. So it says we basically mastered the ones that we did together. Plus it gave me other questions, and then I got them right. So out of whatever topics that it gave me, I got I'm guessing. No, I'm not guessing. I don't know how many. Maybe you guys could put down in the comments, like play it back and count how many questions it gave me. I'm thinking it gave me like 30 questions, but whatever. Or 20 questions maybe, because I put I don't know for 3 topics. But it also says I mastered 26 topics. So I don't know. I don't know how the algorithm is working with Aleks, but whatever. We have 26 out of 681 topics, or 4% total done. We have 655 remaining. Let's go return. Look at the pie. A and B and C. So we're gonna slowly get into these over here. When this gets filled out, plus we get to about right here, you guys will see. We'll keep doing it. All right, so right here, this is my progress. So I'm going up. That's good. That's a good graph. Good line. 26 out of 681, and let's see how much time I've been. Oh shit, almost 2 hours. Oh, okay, I did double time. Whatever. You guys know what to do. Subscribe, follow. All channel links are in the description below. Make sure you guys follow and subscribe there as well. YouTube and Rumble will have the videos there, so you guys can go back and watch all those videos. Only YouTube has like a playlist organized for it. You guys can find it on uh, the STEM learning STEM pre-calculus on Aleks, and it's also on the playlist from gamer to engineer live streams. All right, because it, it connects. All right, there's like a bunch of projects that I do that has to do with nerdy shit, basically. All right, stuff that will help maybe another gamer become an engineer if they decide to go to school and earn a certificate, degree, or some shit. Anyways, whatever. Um, likes, dislikes, comments down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.